Hello, once again, this is Antonio. Coming at you with another exciting video. Okay, so in this video, we have a defendant that attempted to purchase a firearm illegally. She got busted. So we're going to see how Judge Bryant handles this case. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000. So make sure you like this video. The more you like these videos, the more they get into the YouTube universe, right? They push them further and it really helps the channel. You can support the channel through Cash App or Super Chat, so don't hesitate. But once again, let's go ahead and dive into the content and let's see how this case turns out.
And then Ms. Farage, if you could get in a stationary position, please. All right, this is case number 245695901. The people of the state of Michigan versus Shirley Christina Poor. Defendant is charged with 1 count of weapons purchasing without a license. Today is the date set for sentencing. Appearances, please.
May it please the court, Your Honor, Victor Bowman, P. 33764 for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Sahar Faraj appearing on behalf of Ms. Poor, who appears via Zoom. Ms. Poor, can you please state your name for the record?
And take your hand off your head. Like,
okay. Sorry.
State your name.
Shirley Poor.
And what's your middle name?
Christina.
Thank you. Today is the date set for sentencing. The court has had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report. With respect to the report on behalf of the people, are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
No, Your Honor.
On behalf of the defense, are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
Nothing on behalf of defense, Your Honor.
On behalf of the people, is anything with respect to the sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a weapons charge. She pled guilty. The taser was dismissed.
Miss Poor, can you stabilize your device and then stop playing with your hair? Okay. All right, Mr. Bowman, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and based upon page 7 of the pre-sentence report, apparently she has tested positive for marijuana. She did not have any marijuana card, but she was negative for all other substances, Your Honor. So we adopted 12 months probation. However, we think she needs some random testing for marijuana or any other illicit drugs.
Your Honor, may I be heard?
In a moment, counsel. All right, then before I hear from defense, Mr. Bowman, I don't see anything in the with respect to the plea agreement in terms of a delayed sentence.
No, it says.
Hold on, Mr. Bowman. Let me ask my question. Do the people have any position on an objection to the court allowing a delayed sentence?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Farage?
Your Honor, we asked that the court adopt the sentence agreement that was provided at the time that Ms. Poor took the plea. This case does not involve any kind of drugs or anything related to drugs, indicating that Ms. Poor tested positive for a substance that is legal. Your Honor, I to me and to defend his position that it doesn't rise to the level of having her do random screening and drug testing. Ms. Poor does not have a criminal record, a criminal history. This is her first time. The facts of this case are such that she only had the weapon on her person in the hospital because her husband was involved in a car accident.
No,
and
she
they
had
took-
the weapon on her person and she didn't have a CPL, and I know they didn't charge her with CCW, but go ahead.
Your Honor, it was because she had the firearm on her person because her husband was in a car accident and the firearms were in the car and he was transported to the hospital. And that's the reason why she had the firearm.
It's not,
she was-
counsel, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not understanding what does the court means by it's not.
Go ahead, counsel.
I have no further representations at this time.
Okay, does your client wish to make a statement on her own behalf?
For purposes of sentencing, Ms. Poor, would you like to say anything to the court? You don't have to, but if you would like to.
Unmute
Okay.
yourself. Unmute yourself.
I think she should.
I don't go by head shakes, counsel. I don't go by head shakes. We on the record. Unmute yourself and answer the question.
I did. I was trying to unmute myself. I'm sorry. As long as you know, you guys understand what really happened, I pretty much don't have any
I don't
things.
know what you mean. I don't know who you guys are. So let me be clear. We're on the record. We're in court. And would you like to make a statement on your own behalf? Because I'm not you guys. And if you want to explain something to me, then explain it to me. This is your opportunity to speak.
Okay, yeah, well, I didn't know you didn't know. I apologize. But like I said about the gun situation, I ended up getting my purse because I was on the school bus with my daughter. So I had hopped off on the freeway to get to my my daughter and my husband. When the accident happened, I was on a school bus on a field trip, and that's how I seen the accident. And that's how I ended up hopping off the bus on the freeway to get to the car. So that's how I ended up grabbing all my belongings because he was already following us to the field trip.
Okay.
Okay.
The court has had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report, and I'm ready to impose sentence, and I'll do so as follows. As I indicated previously, well, let me say it like this. If an individual does not have a CPL, there is no explanation for why I had a gun on me concealed in my purse. Whatever explanation you're giving, because he was in an accident and his car was going to be towed, then the police would, you're supposed to say, hey, police, there's a gun in the car, and then the police would take possession of the gun. And then they secure the gun. But we don't put a loaded gun in our purse and go to the hospital and we don't have a CPL. It's my turn. Please know that it's my turn to speak. Okay, so we don't do that. Nonetheless, the prosecutors, the final charge that she's here for before this court is a charge of weapons purchasing without a license, the misdemeanor, of course. And the court is going to accept the recommendation of probation for a 12-month probationary period. That puts us in July 2025 for a final review date. And the final review date is July the 3rd, 2025. Court will set a midway review date. Of January the 7th, at which time Ms. Poor will be eligible for early discharge if she has completed all the terms and conditions of the probation. That review is at 10 o'clock a.m. Court imposes the following conditions. You shall not violate any criminal law of any governmental unit. You must not leave the state of Michigan without consent of the court. You must notify probation of any change of address, phone number, or employment status immediately. And you must pay the following fines, costs, and fees. The court imposes the mandatory cost of $210, a $350 fine, 0 restitution, oversight fees at a rate of $35 per month for a total of $420 for the full 1 year, and then a total of $210 for 6 months. The court imposes a $50 pre-sentence investigation fee for the total fines, costs, and fees of $1,030. In order to be discharged at the halfway point, you would have had to pay $820. If you are going to be complete with all the other terms and conditions of the probation by the halfway point, it's a good idea to only pay the $820. It's easier for you not to owe than it is for us to refund the money. Court will also impose the following conditions. You shall not use or possess any illegal substance. You cannot use or possess any opiates without a valid prescription. You cannot use or possess any marijuana without a valid medical marijuana card. You cannot drive without a valid driver's license. You cannot, I'm sorry. All right, probation recommended a mental health evaluation. I'm not going to order that. Probation recommended outpatient treatment for some reason unknown to me. I'm not going to order that. I'm not going to order random urinalysis. However, I am going to indicate that at the discretion of probation, should they determine a need to do so, should they have a reason to believe that it's necessary, then they can order a urinalysis. But I'm not going to order regular random urinalysis. They've also recommended restriction of the consumption of alcohol, which I'm not going to order. You will pay any outstanding tickets that you have with the 36th District Court, but according to the report, you do not have a balance. You must clear up any outstanding warrants that you have. And according to the report, you have an outstanding warrant at 37th District Court for failing to appear. The warrant has been open since 2018, and you need to clear up that warrant before the court will discharge you from probation. You must attend the marijuana insight program. No, I'm sorry. The handgun intervention program. And the choices program through eBay. And I believe that's going to conclude. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think I also have to as a condition of the plea, the people requested, and I don't know if it's required on this charge, but a part of the plea agreement was the forfeiture of the firearm and the taser. So you are going to forfeit that firearm and the taser, and you cannot carry any weapon during the course of this probation. So you cannot use or possess any weapons, and you must forfeit the ones at issue if you haven't already done so. All right, we are going to mail a copy of this order to the High Street address, and probation is going to contact you at the phone number that ends in 3651. Anything further on behalf of the people?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further on behalf of the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then we're all set. Until January the 7th at 10 o'clock. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so I help my tone for some things I want to say. I want to get past the video, but I am going to say this: you are a mother and you a wife. You are representing your family. Not only are you becoming a career criminal because you have an outstanding warrant for failure to appear, but you also are going in the hospital with two weapons, and you know you got to step through the metal detectors. You don't think that they didn't see those guns, and you don't even have a gun license. You graduated to that misdemeanor just for your actions. You in court with a wrinkled up, dingy shirt, your hair not combed, then you trying to slick your hair back because you see it on camera, and you say you somebody's wife? Man, please, I wish my wife would do something like that. Not to say I could control my lady, but I'm just saying I don't want my woman representing the family like that. But nevertheless, this is Antonio. But Team Tiggio, please like, comment, subscribe, as we'll be coming to you with more videos in the future. And once again, we will see you in the next video.